Hi viewers, welcome to my channel once again. Today we would like to look at uh, the average current, and the average current in an AC circuit is equal to 0. We want to find out the reason why the average current in an AC circuit is equal to 0. So before I dive into the whole of the story, it's important for us to look at what average current simply means. The average current in an AC circuit can be defined as the amount of charge that is transferred in a given interval of time. I will take it again. I said the average current in an AC circuit can be defined as the amount of charge transferred in a given interval of what? Time. Okay, so to go into the whole of the story, I think we must consider the graph of current against time for a one cycle. The graph of current against time for a one cycle is like this. If you plot the graph of current against time, this is time and this is current starting from 0. This graph is telling us a lot of things there. The first thing is that there was a time this current is having a value 0. After some time, the current is having certain number here. After some time, it reached its maximum value, and after some time, it's coming back toward 0 again to raise 0 back to negative this side, maximum here, come back here, then to 0. That is what the graph is telling us. So if it's true that this current can't, from 0, it can have a value, maybe 1 or 2, and it can reach a maximum, come back to 0, then start counting again, then it's possible we can find the average of that very current. Okay, so ideally we said the average of this current is equal to 0. So we tell students that this is positive, this is negative. If you add them together, it will go to what? Give you 0. Today we are just trying to find out whether it's really equal to what? That 0. So mathematically, there is a way we will write this. We can say that the average current is equal to average charge all over time. Okay, so average current is equal to average charge over what? Time. That is another definition of what? This average current mathematically. So from there, we can write this very equation in this form. We can say average current is equal to integral of what? I dt all over integral of dt. This is how we can write it for convenience. Okay, so now that we are considering what? One complete cycle, that is from 0, this is half a period, then this is complete period, so we have t here from 0 to t. So this our equation will change. We have average will going to give us what? Integral from 0 to t now, then I dt all over integral 0 to t, then dt, and this will going to give us equation 1. And normally, again, in the word AC current, we normally have the equation I is equal to I peak sine omega t. This one should be equation 2. Okay, substituting equation 2 into equation 1, we were going to have this. If you substitute this equation 2 into equation 1, we're going to have I average. We're going to give us integral 0 to t, then I naught sine omega t all over integral of 0 to t, then dt. So we will integrate it immediately. This is going to give us take out the constant. I naught is a constant. When you integrate sine, you have minus cos. You have minus cos omega t all over omega. Then it's still 0 to t all over all over, if you integrate dt, you have small t 0 to capital T. Okay, so from there we're still going to continue from that very point. From that point we will now try to substitute the highest limit and the lowest limit. So this is equal to I naught, omega here is constant, so over omega, then into, we are substituting now, we have minus cos omega t, then minus into minus cos omega times 0, because the lower limit is equal to 0, all over this should be t minus 0, because the upper limit is what? T, and the lower limit is 0. Okay, so from that point we can now substitute the omega. The omega is given by 2 pi all over capital T. That is omega. So we'll start substituting it. I naught over 2 pi all over T, then bracket open, then minus cos 2 pi over T times T plus, now minus times minus will give us plus, then cos 0. Cos what? 0, because 0 times omega will become 0 there. Then T will cancel T all over T, because T minus 0 is what? T. Then from there, this is equal to I naught over 2 pi over T times T. If this T goes up, then the bracket open, we have minus cos 2 pi plus cos 0, close the bracket. Okay, so from there we can set this is equal to, this will cancel this, T will cancel T, so we have I naught over 2 pi, then into cos 2 pi is equal to 1. 2 pi simply means pi in radian is 180. So 2 times 180 is 360. Cos 360 is equal to 1. So we're going to have minus 1 plus cos 0 is equal to 1. Then we have what? 1 there. Okay, from there, we can now say that our average current is I naught over 2 pi into 0, because plus 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So finally, 0 times this is equal to 0. So we can set our I average is equal to 0. So it is really true that I average is equal to what? 0. If this is your first time watching this video, consider to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And in our next video, we'll be looking at what? If it is half average value. It's no longer a what? A complete cycle. It's not half of the what? The cycle. We call it what? A rectified value. So if it's half average value, does it mean that we're still going to obtain 0 or what? Let us meet in the what? Next video.